clockwise first. So start with your right poi, because you're a lefty, going underhand, and do front to back plane like this, where you're going front to back and front to back and front to back. And this is just a figure 8. So it's kind of like this figure 8 that you're, well, it's considered underhand on your front plane, but if you turned 90 degrees into it, it would be overhand on your side plane. So it's the same basic movement, but your physiology is different because how you open up your body. And if you notice, I'm twisting my torso to get it to go front to back. And then as you're doing this, so at the chest, it's not so hard, but then what we want to do is we're going to start by bringing the hands up in the figure 8. Now you'll notice I'm at shoulder height as opposed to chest height. And I'm going to continue to go up. Now I'm at ear height, going front to back, so it's still doing that same figure 8. And now I'm going to bring it up. Now there is a difference. I don't think there's a lot of distinction for beginners out there about the difference between doing a shoulder reel. This is a shoulder reel where the 2 poi are over the shoulders in what I call the pocket, which is the ear shoulder pocket. So your hand is here, which is a distinct movement. If you looked at this, you would see it looks like a Venn diagram. It's 2 circles overlapping versus doing it like this. When you do the pinwheel up here, you'll notice it looks like 1 circle because both hands are following the same hand path. So it is different. So you want to keep going all the way up from the shoulder pocket over the crown of your head. And that gets a little bit more difficult. And as you're doing this, you want to keep your core tight. You want to be engaged. And then what's really common when people start, I'll show you from the side, is this like sort of turtling thing because they want to protect their face, which is, it makes sense. And then what will happen is they'll bend the elbow in. So this is a very common beginner stance, right? So you'll notice there's an angle like this, and then there's like a collapsing a curling in the shoulder here, and the elbow is collapsing in. You want to do everything to counter that. So look up, engage. This is where you want to use your poi lates. You want to have your ear lobes over your shoulders, over your hips, over your heels, with your knees soft. You want your core tight. You want your pelvis tucked while you're here. And you want to engage and open your elbow to the side fully. And your hand is coming, it's as if you're wiping your brow. You're wiping your brow. So I wipe my brow, flip the poi behind. Wipe my brow, flip my poi behind. Wipe my brow, flip the poi behind. Say that 10 times fast. So let's do 10 and 9 more, 8 more, 7 more, 6 more, 5 more, 4 more, 3 more, last 2, last 1, and then come down. Now, we'll do the same thing that we just did with the left hand in clockwise. Now, you'll notice when we did the right poi, it's underhand. When we do the left poi in clockwise, that's overhand, right? So if you're here like this is overhand, and you turn, but it's underhand here. That's not confusing. It's all relative. But we're going to do that same figure 8 at the chest where we go front to back to front to back to front to back to front to back. Okay, and we're going to keep going up. Well, this is the one you did the other day in that other video when you were doing the butterfly takeouts. This thing. But the left poi is what you did the other day, but the right poi is not. Anyway, so we're going to try and go from the chest up here now into that shoulder pocket by the ear. And then we're going to keep going up, and then you want to move into the midline, so it's going right over the crown of your head. Front to back, to front, to back, to front, to back, to front, to back. And breathing. Again, try and watch out for that curling of the neck and engage by looking up. That will help you keep an elongated neck. And now let's do 10 more, 9 more, 8 more, 7 more, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then bring it down. I would say the general rule is you want your hand to be over your eyebrow if you looked at me front view, you'd see my hand is right. I'm brushing my hair. You do have hair, so you should sort of feel your hands brushing your hair, and your hands, well, I mean, bald people, not so much. And then your hands are above your eyebrows. What generally happens if people's hands start falling below their eyebrows is that thing I was talking about a minute ago, where the plane starts skewing. See this, where it starts falling down? And this starts getting into more of a corkscrew, right? So this would be the corkscrew where it's flat plane. This would be the pinwheel where it's vertical plane. And then there's just sort of this like no man's land in between, which is like halfway between a corkscrew and a pinwheel, if that makes sense. But you use that halfway place as a transition to go from the flat plane to the vertical plane, back to the flat plane, back to the vertical plane. So it's a useful skill. It's just not as articulated, I don't think, as either the vertical one or the horizontal one, which there's a place for that. Every skill is useful in some context. Putting it together with both hands. I would say the easiest way to try it initially is to do it in together time. Let me demonstrate. Together time is when both poi hit the bottom of the turn at the same time on the same side of the body. So this is same time, this is together time. Same time, opposite sides of the body. Together time, same side of the body. So this would be a together time pinwheel versus a split time pinwheel versus a same time pinwheel, which I never do, which is why it looks so shitty. So the together time, to start it out, if you put your hands over here on the right, you're gonna pull them across and then drop behind and then go front to back to front to back. That's one way to get into it. Another way to get into it is to start both poi in front of you and clockwise and go over the shoulder like this and then bring it up and in to get it into together time. Both hands are pushing to the left side. You probably need to do a bunch of drills. Let's just jam on the drills with the two hands. So take your right poi in underhand, and instead of starting at the chest height like this, try and go immediately up and over. That will help you substantially. So here we go. We'll do 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, looking up, 10, breathing, 8, 7, 6, 5, smile, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's switch. We'll do it the left hand. So you start here, and again, we're just going to pop it right over the top. Here we go. Up and over, right over the crown. Elbow open to the side. Strong posture. Did you get it up? Did you get it over your crown? Okay. Here we go. Here we go. So we'll do 20 and 19, 18, 17, 16. This is another one where you can close your eyes. 14, 13. You want to memorize the sensation. 11, 10, 9. Keep breathing and do it nice and slowly. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to switch hands and we're going to go into the right. So we want to get in there as quick as we can. So we want to get, no, we don't want to spin faster, but you want to be able to pop into the movement with as little effort as possible. Did you get there? Tell me when you're there. Great. 20, 19, 18, and keep your eyes closed on this side too. 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, and last 1, and then we're going to switch to the left side again and pop it up and over. Tell me when you're there. And 20, 19, 18, feel the motion. 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, you're still breathing. 11 and 10, 9, 8, 7, elbow out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, a few minutes ago when we tried to put it together, I had you, if I were to mirror you, I had you put both poi on this side and bring it up and over and try and do it in together time. What you can try to do, for some people it's actually easier to do in split time, where you take your left hand, then your right hand, and you drop back behind. So that would, from the back view, it would look like this. Left goes back, then right goes back, and you're in the pinwheel. You pull the left one up and over, then the right one goes up and over. But you do go in front first. I'm just doing it as a big extension. I'm doing it as a big extension, watch. I'm coming across the bottom and then going back behind. That is in front when it goes across the bottom. When you're in the back here, when you're in the back, I want you to, as you come to the front, extend your arm all the way across, then drop back behind. Extend and drop all the way back behind. Oh, so and drop behind. Extend, drop behind. Extend, drop behind. Extend, drop behind. Extend, drop behind. And 10 more, 9 more, 8 more, 7 more, 6 more, 5 more, 4 more, 3 more, last 2, and last 1. And let me show you how this is relevant. It's not just relevant for starting it. You can do a pinwheel in regular size, but you can do a pinwheel with an extension, which leverages that thing that you just did. But we only did it with the left hand, so let's do it with the right. So let me know when your right's in the front to back transition. Okay, when you're coming from the back, extend to the right, come all the way across and back behind. All the way across, back behind. All the way across, back behind. Extension, drop behind. Extension, drop. Okay, so 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Now, if you were starting it, leveraging what you just did, let me show you from the front view. This would be your left hand and then your right hand if I'm mirroring you. It's like you do that extension and then drop behind. You do that extension and then drop behind, and then you just keep it small. So from the back view, you would put left, right, drop it back behind, and then boom, you're in your pin. All you do is you're just popping into your pinwheel. Starting it from here. So remember yesterday we were talking about split time? If this is same time, they're both at the bottom at the same time. In split time, one's at the top while the other one's at the bottom. But what that also means is one is at this side while the other one is at this side. When I'm having you start, I'm having you put both of them here and leave the right one here until the left one gets to there. And then when the left one gets to there, the right one follows. So you're here, left starts, right one follows. The right one stays on the right side of the body until the left one has gotten to what looks like, as you're looking at me right now, 9 o'clock. When the left one gets to 9 o'clock, the right one takes off from 3 o'clock, and then they remain in split time and they both just keep going, the right one following the left. So the left is leading in this movement. So you're here, left one leads, right one follows, and boom. All you do is. And if you don't get it right now, you will get it.